you guys put in a maximum consistent effort, you guys will shine above the rest because the bar has been set so low. You can be the best at whatever you want to be if you just try and make it cool to try and make it cool to fail, because you're gonna fail sometimes, but just continue to try and be honest with yourself about the work that you're putting in, and you will succeed. I promise you that. What's up, y'all? Cody Allen here with the next episode of the Fill the Gap podcast. I am your host, Cody Allen. I already introduced myself. If you guys are listening now, you probably have heard me before. If you guys are new to the podcast, I am a former collegiate athlete turned entrepreneur. It's just a grown man trying to figure it out, right? But as always, this podcast is sponsored by CutsClothing. I am wearing a CutsClothing black hoodie right now. They make the best men's apparel and now women's apparel in the game. This is your athleisure / work attire. Stop wearing suits to work. It's whack. It's so dated. You guys should be wearing cuts. It is astounding to me. I'm going to put you on game real quick. It's astounding to me if a grown man does not own a black, simple hoodie for this fall and for this winter. You guys can have it. You can mix, match it any certain way that you want and look good. Or you can just wear it just like I am right now. Look good. Anyway, use the code TheCodyAllen. Get 15% off anything at their store. Right now we're running a sale for Black Friday, Christmas time, holiday sale. So check them out. Highly recommend you guys get some CutsClothing in your closet. I want to talk about something that I believe so passionately about. I think that's the way that you say that. I'm not a grammar guy. But anyway, I want to talk about pride. And no, I'm not talking about pride like the festival or like San Francisco or wherever else. Still important. Don't want to talk about it today. I'm talking about just pride in yourself, who you are, what you do. Because that is a lost art nowadays. It is so fucking uncool to be proud of what you do nowadays. It is absolutely astounding to me. Kids have made it so cool to not really give a shit about something. It's all right. I don't give a shit about that. It's all good. When we're talking your work, like this place sucks. Like I'm gonna do the bare minimum. I remember, date myself, just growing up that no matter what I did, whether it have been school, whether it have been sports, whether it have been being a son, whether it have been being a friend, like I took so much pride in the work that I put in and what I thought that I was doing to be the best of that, whatever it was, or do the best at that, so that I could feel good about myself. Pride is a selfish thing. It is okay to be selfish and prideful about, you know what, I fucking really put in the work today and I'm really proud of the work that I did. There's never a time that you just want to mail it in, send it in, you know, whether that be in your athletic career, relationship, whatever. The things that we talk about on this podcast, I've just seen it's just become so apparent and so prevalent in today's society that it's cool / common / frequent. I'm just saying the same thing over and over to just not really give a shit about most things. There's a time and place to not give a shit about anything, right? Some things happening globally that you can't necessarily have a massive impact on, you know, by posting about it on social media or fucking crippling fear and anxiety sitting on your couch because you can't change it. Don't give a shit about that because it's just holding you back. But if you go and you're on a team, let's say you're playing sports, and you got to rep. I played linebacker, we do these linebacker drills, and I would put in 100% effort into it, no matter how hurt I was, no matter how tired I was, no matter how much playing time I was getting or not getting at the time. But you know what? I put in 100% effort because I was proud of the work that I put in right there in that moment. At the end of the day, at the end of my career, at the end of the week, whatever it was, I wanted to be able to look back and be like, hey, you know what? I left it all on the line. I can tell you right now, in retrospect, I did not do that. And my biggest bit of advice for younger people out there that are in the moment, that are living in the times from the past, like I was with my playing career, put in 100% effort. Put in what you think is 100% effort, and then put in another half on that. Put in 150% of what you think 100% effort is, because you're not working as hard as you could be. The reason why I say this is because don't ever look back. You don't want to get to a point in life where you look back and you're like, what if I could have done more? I truly believe that the reason why it's like cool to not be proud of the work that you do is because of your fear of failure. It's easy for people to be like, I don't really give a shit. I don't give a shit if I do X, Y, and Z. You know what? Like, yeah, my boss asked me to do this, but like, I didn't put in 100% effort. Because what if you do put in 100% effort and it's not as good as you thought it would be, or they don't accept it the way that you thought it would be? Or what if you do put in 100% effort to be a starter on your football team and you don't make it? Somebody else is better than you. Maybe their 100% is better than your 100%. Or maybe whatever situations arise, they get more playing time than you. Maybe you're not the starting quarterback, That's a shitty feeling, right? We hate being disappointed. What if you put 100% into your relationship and it doesn't work out? That's heavy, right? And it will happen, and it does happen. But I'm telling you right now, you would rather put in 100% and it not work out than you not give a full effort and let some people down. Because you're going to let yourself down, you're going to let your family down, you're going to let your spouse down, you're going to let your teammates down if you're just mailing it in every day. Make it cool again to put in 100% effort. Make it cool again to be proud in what you do. And that doesn't matter what it is. I had a boss, I think I've talked about it on this podcast. He sucked. He was kind of an asshole, but he said something profound to me. He said, Cody, you come down here every single day and you fucking just absolutely try your best. He's like, you're like me. I'm like, I fucking hope I'm not too much like you because you're kind of a dick. But he's like, you're like me. He's like, if I was manager of this company, he's like, I'm going to be the best manager of this company. If I was a janitor at this company, he's like, I would be the best janitor at this company. He's like, if I was a garbage man, I would be the best. He's like, those parking lots would be clean every single day. And that's the attitude that he brought to work every day. That's the attitude that I tried to bring to work every single day. And it's gotten me to this point, I guess you'd say, in life, whether you deem it successful or not. It's just gotten me here, right? One of the things that have gotten me here. And I stand by that, I think that it is cool as fuck to be proud of what you do. I don't care if you work in HR. I don't care if you're the owner of a company. I don't care if you're a teller at a bank. I don't care if you are a program designer or an inventor. An inventor is such a don't even get me started with that. Inventor is such a broad term. I've hired people, right? I've hired people. And one of the things that I always look for is just someone's ability to say, hey, this is my task, this is my job, and I'm going to do it as well as I can. And you got to think the same way about friendships, relationships, teammates, because when you look around and you look at your teammate and they're not putting in 100% effort because they could really give two shits. They say, oh yeah, I want to win, but their actions are showing otherwise. You're going to be a losing football team. You're going to be losing baseball team, losing water polo team, whatever it is. When you are in a relationship and this person says, yeah, I want it to work out, but then you look at their actions and it's not showing that they're putting in 100% effort because maybe they're afraid that it's not going to be reciprocated or it's not going to work out in the long run, your relationship will not work out. It's unfortunate, but that's why picking a partner, picking a teammate, picking a boss, whatever it is so important that you do it correctly, if you will. I know I kind of came in hot on this podcast to talk about this because it is something that I'm passionate about. And it is something that I believe can change the outcome and the path of your life if you kind of take this for what it is and focus on yourself and your effort levels. And let me stop right there really quick. Effort does not equal how proud you should be of something, right? So you can put in a shit effort and be proud of what you're doing, and that needs an adjustment, right? Because you can be proud about the outcome, right? We all can skate it through and do well and get by and maybe even win sometimes. But there's more. There's more icing on the cake that you could be having, right? So you need to be proud of your effort level, and the outcome will eventually change. If you know you put in 150% and you didn't win the game, your relationship didn't work, you didn't get the promotion at your job, just know that if you continually put in that 150%, eventually you will start winning. Your relationship will start being better. You will get the playing time. You will get that promotion of the job. You have to be consistent with your effort. Be proud of your effort. Don't be proud of the outcome. The outcomes will come. The outcome is a byproduct of the amount of effort and execution that you put in. So continue to execute, continue to put in effort, and the outcomes that you want will come. But like I said, I know I came in hot on this podcast. I've been run at the mouth, but maybe even, I won't say negative, but kind of like trying to get on people's ass. Not literally. But this is a unique opportunity for everybody out there, everybody listening. So I always heard growing up, like, oh, hey, you're mature for your age. Hey, you work hard. You focus on what people deemed as important. Because a lot of kids your age, they're too engulfed in, I don't know, other things. They didn't want to work hard. It was too cool to work hard. They just kind of skated on by. One now, I was hearing that when I was like 24. It is more prevalent now in my mind because people are asking for handouts more than ever and want to work hard even less. So what I mean by this and why I say this is that we're in a unique time right now where the bar's been set so low in regards to hard work and being proud of the work that you're putting in, that if you guys put in that 150 and if you guys go out there and make a maximum effort and continually do that, you will shine above the rest and you will be noted as, oh my gosh, if you're a guy and you're having issues finding, I don't know, say a girlfriend, you continue to be this guy and you continue to be somebody who is there for a girl or whatever and work on yourself. Some girl's going to come along across you and say, hey, you know what? You're rare. You're rare among the men that are available in today's dating pool. Same thing if you're a woman or whatever, especially in the workforce, especially in the athletic playing field. You guys put in a maximum consistent effort, you guys will shine above the rest because the bar has been set so low. We've continually dragged the bar down, set the bar so low for what's expected of people in these places, so that if you just do your maximum effort and if you just are adamant about it and consistently do it, you will stand out. You will be a diamond among coal in today's society. So as grim or whatever as it sounded initially, this is a unique opportunity. And I'm telling you guys right now that you can be the best at whatever you want to be if you just try and make it cool to try and make it cool to fail, because you're going to fail sometimes, but just continue to try and be honest with yourself about the work that you're putting in and you will succeed. I promise you that in some capacity. I promise you'll succeed in some capacity. So anyway, you guys check out CutsClothing. I'm wearing this hoodie. I'm going to go outside in the hoodie. It's cold out here in California. Yeah, I know it's California cold, but it's still cold for me, and this hoodie is a perfect thing to be wearing in it. So check him out, the Cody Allen. Check the link in the description, my bio, the whole deal, my website. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for listening. Like, subscribe. Let's push the algorithm.